What's up guys, Shinigami here. Today we are doing a new Yugituber tier list. It's been a while since I've made the last one. Included plenty of active Yugitubers. These are Yugitubers that are at least making content somewhat recently. Now of course I couldn't include every single person in the world. I went to some other guys' tier list, I went to a random tier list on his website and my old tier list. Look at some of the ones that were worth adding and well, they're in the template. Got a few of my friends, but hey, that's just how I'm like. Makes sense, right? Yeah, so let's just get started, because this is going to be a long video. So let me explain the tiers for me. S tier, absolute gold tier content, even if I stop watching, even if I stop playing the game, I'll probably still watch it. A, pretty good content. B, decent content, might watch it. C is average. Probably means I won't watch it a lot, but you know, still it's decent content. D, not exactly great, I wouldn't watch it. Doesn't necessarily mean your content is bad. E, pretty not great content. F, Yugituber begins it for everyone, you should probably seek a new hobby. Anyways, as a guest in Progression Series B tier, as his own content creator from me C tier. He's not bad or anything, like once again average. His content doesn't jump out to me, it's not very interesting. Once again, if we were to judge his Progression Series presence, I would place him in B tier. He has a very good spirit, he at least tries to build creatively at times at least. I know I don't hate him, but he's not exactly one of my favorites. The dual locks, honestly at D tier for me. He has a lot of interesting channels with one for Dungeon Dragons as well, I believe, that I actually do enjoy. My issue with the dual locks is that he makes a lot of good top 10s, at least he used to. But I feel like he ran out of ideas now, he's just often doing such specific weird top 10s that just aren't interesting to watch. I think dual locks should move on from top 10s, maybe revisit ideas or something. I don't know, I just feel like the dual locks with most top 10s is just stretching it at the moment. Not saying his content is bad entirely, I mean this list is somewhat subjective. I just think, I feel like they ran out of ideas and are now just milking the same top 10 ID over and over again. So next up we have the one, the legend, Triff. I'd say about A or B tier. I mean, it's admirable what he does with his favorite deck, Pendulum. He's always very hyped about honestly almost everything, and sure, part of it might be like an act, but a lot of his energy does feel genuine, like he's actually, you know, hyped about the game. Triff isn't in this for just the money, you know. Of course, if you're a Yugituber, you're planning to make a career out of it. But how do I explain it? Yeah, his energy just feels genuine to me. He feels like he's actually positive about the game, you know. He loves his pendulums, and that's just admirable. He even has a few decent performances at big events with the deck. Yeah, Triff is just a very great lad in general. There are some people that dislike him, that think his energy is a bit too much, or that he's fake or something. Yeah, to each your own, get like everything, right? Gela's Jacklo is a friend of mine. I'm gonna be honest about E to D tier, sorry mate. So, Jacklo is a friend of mine, he has some decent ideas for content. His most interesting ideas is his series where he basically talks about all engines. That content is good, but besides that he really only brings replays to the table. I'm not a fan of replays anymore, I don't do them, I don't watch them. So yeah, this is a wake-up call for you, Red Eyes Jacklo, try to find some unique content. Sorry mate, hate to do it to you. I want to include you because you're a friend, but I'm also just gonna be honest and say your content isn't that great. Sorry mate, try to find something that works for you. Or hey, keep doing your thing. Just because I don't like your content doesn't mean others don't. I just think, to me at least, outside of your engine-focused content, which is very good, your content doesn't stand out enough, if that makes sense. So yeah, you're probably gonna watch this video, hope you appreciate the feedback. Sorry, not gonna pull any punches here. I'm gonna make an honest tier list, and I'm not gonna pull punches on friends either. M-Call, D tier, and this isn't meant as a form of hate. Genuine good guy from what I've heard, he helps a lot of small Yugitubers, so this is definitely not trying to hate on him. His content just isn't for me. He mostly does, I believe he does Market Watch, I'm not entirely sure, I don't watch his channel often. A lot of it is just news, text that topped in either the OCG or the TCG, meta-relevant stuff. I just don't care about the meta game, so it's just not content for me, you know? It's not bad content, but it's not content that's made for me. If that's your type of niche, I can recommend him. It's just not for me, once again. The Kali effect. He has great videos at times. I'd say about low C tier, high D tier. Some of the videos concepts are interesting, but most of them just don't stand out to me. I'm just not the target audience, which I get. Production quality is good, he usually has positive energy. But yeah, I'm just not the target audience, you know? So, yeah. Decathlon, not a lot of people know this guy. His channel is somehow smaller than mine, which, honestly, if you ask me, doesn't make much sense. He makes the most insane one-on-one edits. Like, his editing game is another level. He's basically modern day Kabinacat. Wish Kabinacat would one day return, so we could put him in this list. Might make a top 10 list Yugitubers of all time, or Yugitubers that should return. But yeah, Decathlon makes amazing one-on-one videos. His skill with the 3-axis deck is insane. This guy being smaller than me is a crime. Hey, high A tier, I think. DZ. It's like an... Whoa, that's... Wait. Why is this? Yeah, this is not accurate. So, the thing with DZ's content is that he has a lot of fun video ideas. The videos sometimes lack a bit of energy. He's not that energetic when talking. Although if you like a more mellow guy, that's actually perfect for you. It's the type of content that if I were to play something like Hearthstone for a while and need something on the second monitor, his content is perfect, you know? Just talking about a variety of interesting topics. That's something I do gotta give to DZ. For one example I always bring up is the What's in My Yu-Gi-Oh! Backpack, those kind of things, you know. He has interesting ideas and concepts that he talks about. If you just like a guy that's gonna talk for a while about a variety of topics, DZ is your guy. Very decent content. He isn't changing the game or anything, but you know, he's decent at what he does. That's him. D tier with a note. I'm not saying I hate the content. It's not for me. It's made for those that are interested in the meta. I couldn't care less about meta. Most of his decks are... Most of the videos are either deck profiles or just general performance at big events. Although it was cool that we did like the whole remote dueling against all Yugitubers, including me. Shoutouts for him for remote dueling me. But outside of that, most of his content is geared towards the competitive audience. And I'm not a competitive audience, so for me it's D tier content. If you're into competitive content, easily A, B tier. So if you are a fan of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, you should definitely be watching his channel. However, if you're like me and more of a casual player, his content just isn't... It's not your type of content, you know? Henceforth, me putting him in D tier. So yeah, no offense to that scene if you're watching this, but it's just my type of content. MST TV, the production quality of their videos is probably the highest in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Game. It's honestly absurd how much time is spent on their videos. They definitely got some interesting videos as well. One thing that they did, that I kind of gave them credit for back in the day, but not fully, is inspire me to go back after Infinity again, you know. Part of the Infinity danger at the time was due to MST TV. They put up some Infinity 6 negates stuff, and I was like, wow, I gotta test it out if I can do it myself. And that's when I picked up Infinity Dangers again. So part of the credit, I did give it to them at that time, that's just a long while ago, you know. In general, they just make very high production quality content. It's honestly insane. Asian Eyes. With all due respect, Asian Eyes, you're a big part of why my channel is so huge. You gave me a lot of shoutouts. You gave me a lot of opportunities to guest upload to the channel. That is something I truly do appreciate. However, once again, I'm not pulling any punches. I'm here to be honest. Hate to do it to him. Sorry, Asian Eyes, but I think your content goes in F tier. I don't want to sound like an ungrateful bitch or anything like that, but I'm here to be honest. I'm not gonna pull any punches. I've said this before. Your content is literally just news and commentating over other people's replays. But you know, an audience exists for it, and that's fine. I just think it's like the lowest creative content. Source I did myself as well, and I wouldn't ever watch that shit. You helped me out a lot, so it kind of hurts to say this, but I don't know, I would just never click on one of your videos. Sorry, Asian Eyes, I hate to say it, but yeah, I mean, you just do you, and that's respectable, and keep doing what you do. There's obviously an audience for it, but I just don't think it's that great content. I would love for you to go back to the time when you still made Vines and stuff. I mean, you kind of do the TikToks nowadays, which are similar, but yeah. We both know you don't put your full effort into your Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. Let's not lie about this. So yeah, sorry Asian Eyes, not putting any punches here. I do truly appreciate all you've done for me, but if I'm gonna be honest about your content, yeah. Lithium. In the past I would have put him in S tier, but I've kind of grown out of the whole cross bandlist cup thing. I'm not a fan of how pro Konami he is nowadays. Like, when for example the new God Structure came out, he basically said, advised people to get it, and it was a terrible product. Lots of interest in the cross bandlist cup from my side, so thing. It's the same thing year and year over again, and he only has that in replays. You know, if you're a fan of the content, it's great content, especially if you never watched Cross Bandlist Cup, go back and watch it, it's great content to binge. But I'm kind of missing the new fresh segments from Lithium, you know? Something new that's interesting, that's gonna catch my interest. He's been doing the same thing for years, pretty much, and now has some partnerships with Konami on top of it. Which I don't... You know, I've watched a couple of Cross Bandlist Cups, I'm kind of done with it right now, you know? So I can somewhat appreciate what he's done, but it's getting stale, his content, in my opinion. Of course, other people still watch it and disagree, but yeah. And as Yugitube, honestly, if you include this guy in tier list, probably just to put him at the bottom of the F tier, absolute worst content on YouTube. Literally just replay with music. Terrible deck lists, usually, full of clickbait. Wouldn't be surprised if he just dueled against a second client of himself. Because, honestly, the way sometimes his counts against hand traps and opponent's hand traps perfectly match up seems hella suspicious to me. In general, this guy makes awful content, and if Yugitube would stop making content, I don't think many people would miss them in the community. Then again, the replay content in general is... I mean, surely there's a place for it, and some people enjoy it, but I think Yugitube is a terrible content creator. Like Capital G. Same story as Asian Eyes, I do truly appreciate what you've done to me. For me, I mean, you gave me a lot of shoutouts and opportunities to guest upload to your channel. My channel wouldn't be where it is without you. But the current state of your channel... It's just news videos, that's it, lazy news videos. If you would go back to your, like... You had a while where you made really good high quality discussion videos, Capital G. Those were amazing, that would have been ARS tier. But nowadays you just do lazy news videos, and those are just boring to me, I wouldn't watch it. I might have unsubscribed from you, I might not have, I'm not sure. But you can do better, it's a shame. Go back to your awesome, you know, historical videos, that kind of stuff, you know. The content you made a while ago that you stopped making, those videos were awesome. Not sure why you stopped, you probably had your reasons. But your current content is just mediocre. Sorry. Dual Evolution. In order to talk about this, I think we should talk about the original version of Dual Evolution first. Honestly, I'm not sure who was first, but this is the more well-known one. So Alex. So the thing with Alex is they make replay videos with detailed guides and stuff. But in the end, it's still replay content, so E tier. No matter how much you polish a third, it's still a third. Well, okay, this is kind of cute to compare to, but you get what I mean. Replays aren't good content, in my opinion. This is my tier list, this is my personal opinion. This was never going to be based on facts. If you expect it to be based on facts, that's your own problem. But yeah, I think just replay videos are the most boring thing ever. I'll never click on them, so E tier, sorry Alex. Give you a few shouts in the past as well, great guys, but their content, boring. And here we have a Lidl version of Alex Audio, that's also just F tier, it's just literally this content but worse. Yeah. TGS Anime. Now the thing with TGS Anime is that he had a few great videos, I just forgot which. Most of them concern the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. You know, occasionally a video of his will pop up in my recommendation and I'll check them out. It's great content regarding mostly the anime. TGS Anime, if you don't know the channel and you love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, you might want to check it out. Very cool anime related Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. It aren't strictly just anime. I believe he has a few non-anime videos. It's been a while since I've watched his content, but I do remember his content fondly. Maybe I should watch his content again. Distant Coder. Now here's the thing with Distant Coder. If you are not a streamer and purely a YouTube content creator, you would be S tier. Here's the issue with Distant Coder. He's primarily a Twitch streamer that also uploads some of his content to YouTube. Huge shame. I'd say about here, could be in the S tier if you focus more on YouTube, but hey, you're a Twitch streamer, I understand that's your focus, go for it my dude. If you were to upload more stably and focus more on YouTube, I'm sure you could easily reach the S tier. Great content in general. Shoutouts to you for watching 2 of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Royal Rumble things live on stream. Watch the second one live with you. Watch the VOD of the first one, really cool. Appreciate it. Great guy in general, very fun content. He has mostly ruling focused videos which are very educational. Honestly, I don't see a reason not to watch this guy. If you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, you should probably watch Distant Coder, not gonna lie. Cyber Knight. So, some could compare opening videos to replay videos at least, but I think at least opening videos can be fun. Replay videos are inherently bad. The thing with Cyber Knight is that he sometimes has a unique product and he has a genuine energy. He feels like one of the few people that 100% genuinely enjoys the game, you know? Even if you were to turn the camera off, you would probably still do the same stuff, you know? It's something you can't fake, so I'd say about high A tier. He has a very positive, genuine energy that I just really appreciate. DP Yu-Gi-Oh! DP Yu-Gi-Oh! Where do I place you? Yeah, also around the same point, I mean... Once again, mostly using the same jokes, doing card reviews over and over. But it's just something that works, you know, don't change what works. Still very great content, short videos, to the point, great information. If you haven't played in a while, just play a playlist of one of his most recent videos. You'll be up to date to new releases. Very great content creator. Yeah, just in general, one of the best content creators out there. Angel of Alchemy. Yeah, from what I remember, the only female Yugituber I've watched in a long while. Also, apparently female is offensive for some reason to some, so... A Yugituber that's also a woman? I don't know. Don't cancel me over this shit. English isn't my native tongue. From what I know, female is a normal to use word, but some people say it's not. Anyways, has some interesting video takes on the game. You know, female's perspective of the game will always be different from male. Videos in general feel very wholesome and interesting. It's a different perspective for sure. I don't know, I kind of liked the channel. I occasionally watched a few of their videos and I liked them. 037 Wolf. Basically the thrift of synchrons. I think that's about accurate. Not too much of a fan of the content nowadays myself either, but it's still very good content. This guy definitely knows what's up with Junk Doppel and Synchrons. If you like those decks, definitely recommend checking them out at some point. Yeah, he's just a Synchron god, honestly. Like, what Triv is with pendulums, he's of the Junk Doppel. Now, he's not as entertaining as Triv in my opinion, but still a great content creator nonetheless. Team Samurai X1. Admittedly, I don't watch his content as much as I should. A lot of people give this guy flack for being too hyped in some of his videos. Sometimes it comes across as fake, but I think it's just amplified. I think he genuinely is very hyped about Yu-Gi-Oh! He just kind of puts it at the next level in his videos. But he does somewhat come across as genuine. I have this guy to thank for basically recommending DDD to me. He had an awesome DDD deck profile featuring some other guy on his channel at one point. Very informative, got me into DDD back in the day. So I have him to thank for that. Usually his guest deck profiles are very good. His replay videos I'm not a fan of. He has some original concepts. Dual Knight is something I've been wanting to watch, but I've not started it yet. High B tier, which is also an unpopular opinion, I guess. A lot of people give Team Samurai X1 a lot of shit, but I think his content is unironically quite great. You hear everything? About here. Very interesting Yu-Gi-Oh! Theories at times. I'm not exactly subbed to the channel, I believe. I might be subbed, actually, I'm not sure, never checked. Very interesting theories about Yu-Gi-Oh! For example, the whole was Crow supposed to be a Darksider thing, you know, but a lot of general other theories and discussions about Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. If you're into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, you probably like this channel. Now, my main issue is that Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 now exists, so basically we haven't had the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime since Fate, since I don't really consider 7 Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Therefore, it doesn't really have new content. It's hard for him to make new content. Yeah. Roxanne34. Great co-host in the whole CMOS Action series. They make for a great duo. But as an individual channel, he's a decent pack opener. Doesn't really catch my interest because mostly too old school packs for me to really be interested in. But if you're into old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And you like seeing those packs open, it's definitely a channel I can recommend. Milano the Duelist doesn't upload that much anymore. But when he was at his peak, honestly a low B tier is probably pretty accurate, you know. Just silly silly skit videos of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where he just makes fun of all types of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. From what I checked on his channel, he doesn't really do them as much anymore, so maybe he shouldn't even be on this tier list, but I don't know. When he did them, they were hilarious at times. Team APS, honestly, in my opinion, it kind of feels, at least to me, like they fell off. Their Team APS Plus channel, however, is still great. It's a more genuine side to them, more of an uncensored version of them. Great discussions by mainly Paul about all kinds of topics. APS Plus, high A tier. APS itself, bit lower. The issue with APS nowadays, I don't know. I can't remember the last skit that came out that I watched, wherein the whole kind of quickly came old for me. They just don't put out any content anymore that interests me. Maybe they just need to revitalize, maybe the issue is due to COVID shutting almost all locals down and stuff, which probably makes it hard. But yeah, peak APS is definitely S tier, but right now I kind of feel like they're not at their peak. I don't know. Hard to explain, might just be me. Still B tier, that's still pretty good. Especially APS Plus is just A tier on its own. Team APS Plus, the second channel, I definitely recommend subscribing to. In my opinion, it's at the moment better than the main channel. King Scarlet Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to be like A tier, now he's B tier. He makes a few too many song parodies, and he's not too bad at singing and stuff. Guys, channels, by the way, King Scarlet Yu-Gi-Oh! If anyone needs a link, I can link it to you. He's not that well known. But yeah, he makes fun skits, you know? Just silly fun skits. Nowadays he makes so many parody songs, which I don't like. I'm personally not a fan of those. You know, parody songs are hit or miss. That type of content is just not for everyone, you know? So, about a mid-B tier I think is fair. If he did more skits, I would push it towards the A tier. House of Champs. Another one of those cases where it's just not for me, not good, not bad content at all. I mean, House of Champs by itself, by the way, great guy, shouts to him. He might not remember this, but one time when I was really down on my motivation, he gave me a lot of great tips. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't remember this though. He just makes market watches and news videos, and he's very consistent with them. Same case as MCall, although I think House of Champs is a bit better. But it's just not content for me. If it's content for you, watch his stuff. But it just isn't for me. No offense to House of Champs, good content, I just don't enjoy it. JLB Jobber, mostly known for his massive openings, like seriously the openings of his are usually ridiculous in size. Now I enjoy Cyberknight's personality a bit more personally. No offense against Jobber. Jobber has some massive ridiculous openings at times though. He also has deck profiles at times which I don't really like. I think Jobber just should focus on back openings. It's what he does best, it's what he's good at in my opinion. But yeah. Just my opinion, it's not for everyone. Fafa, not gonna lie, D tier for me nowadays, well, another one of those guys. Once upon a time was in my S tier, but here's the issues. Table 500 got old, mostly due to the modern deck building just being very flat. You either have Isolde, Hulk, go into Horadon, Cherubini go into weird place, you know, there's only a few combo pads decks can take. So Table 500 no longer is very entertaining, a lot of the decks are just the same in a different flavor. His meme reviews that he did, he doesn't really do them anymore, and most of his new content just isn't that fun anymore. I'm not a fan of his modern content, I just don't enjoy it. And hey, other people will probably enjoy it and put him in a higher tier, I just don't. The only Fafa videos I watch is literally Volt's channels re-uploading his reactions to something like Progression Series. Because it's more fun to watch a long Progression Series with somebody else than to watch it alone. If he just uploaded them to his own main channel, I would probably subscribe back to his main channel. But he doesn't, that's the issue. He's still very entertaining, however the content that he makes just isn't that entertaining, in my opinion. Hope that kind of makes sense. Pack has a few interesting videos, not exactly one of my favorite content creators. But occasionally I'll see one of his videos as recommendations and I'll check it out. One of the guys that, if I'm not mistaken, was him that kind of pushed for YCS Toronto 2011 Plant Synchro format, which is also very cool. He has decent content, occasionally I see a video of my recommendations and I'll click on it. I think this is more of a fair position. Wait, never mind, I meant about this, yeah. You can try to rank within tiers a bit as well. But yeah, definitely not bad content, just not all for me. Occasionally he has an interesting video that I will click on. MBT. So, MBT. Now here's the thing. Humor and comedy... Is humor even an English word? I don't think it's an English word, is it? I don't know. Anyways, comedy is a relative thing. We can both watch the same video, we can find it absolutely hilarious, I will not enjoy it. That's the thing with his comedy most of the time. I just don't enjoy it. Others do. Good for them, good for MBT. I don't enjoy his humor. Either there's a decent person to watch along if like a vodka film comes around for him reacting to progression shows and stuff, he can be entertaining in those. Just actual content, it doesn't jump out to me, it's just replays the commentary of testing a deck. And sorry, I'm not a fan of your deck building, I don't think it's that great. Once again, that's, I guess, subjective, I'm not trying to hate. Don't hate the guy at all. But I'm not a fan of the idea of 10-minute testing, that's basically all you do. There's some other content you do as well, but from what I've seen, I'm just not impressed. Has the potential to be funny, and especially if you're into his humor, you know. Then I guess he's a great content creator, he has a few fun moments that you see sometimes in those highlight videos. 10-minute testing just isn't for me, most of his content isn't, I don't like his humor. Hey, just a match, I guess. Others will watch it and find it brilliant, and that's fine. I just don't enjoy it. Simply unlucky. So a lot of people hate this guy for quote-unquote being fake, but here's the deal. He exaggerates a bit, sure, but I do think he genuinely enjoys what he does. He's been doing it for a long time. His real-life duels that he occasionally did were insane in quality, probably the highest out of anyone in TCG. And in general, his production quality is insane. His intro is probably the best intro in Yugitubing history. And it's just a decent back opening channel, so I'd say I place him around just under Jobber. Just under Jobber. I think Jobber and Soundlight are better back openers, but he's still a great back opener, you know? If you want to see product getting opened, sometimes you're just in the mood where, at least I have that, where I want to see packs getting opened. Sometimes just interested in a new set, or maybe want to revisit an old set. He's one of the better ones out there. Simo, he's the only S tier, yeah. I think he deserves a tier of his own. Now, it's funny, in the past I didn't used to watch him, but he brings so much cool ideas and creativity to the game. I mean, Auction series, my new favorite series. Progression series, something I absolutely love doing. I want to thank him once again here. Not only allowing me, basically inspiring me to do it on my own channel, but also allowing me to do it with friends. Inspired many. He has a lot of great creative segments on his channel. I think he's killing it, and he's absolutely, like, honestly, I don't think this is inaccurate, you know, just some empty space in between him and the rest. I think that would be justified. He's just a heads above the competition with his content. I think his series are one of the few, if only ones, I actually dedicatedly watch. Yeah, it's just insane content, like... He got so many people watching it on a weekly basis like a TV show, and some people sure criticize it. But that's genuinely impressive, getting people to watch your content every single week. Sure, there's sometimes flaws in deck building, sometimes misplays happen. People have complaints about all kinds of things. But the audience is able to build up. It's incredible. And yeah, once again, I will be watching the Auction series on a weekly basis. He's the only Yugituber I will watch on a weekly basis. So yeah, well-deserved tier of his own. I'll delete those, because honestly they were kind of a meme. But yeah, he's just doing an insanely good job with content. My credits to Sima. It's really, really good. Channel not a lot of you will know. A channel a lot of more of you should probably know Yu-Gi-Oh! History. Yeah, I think slots like right in the A tier. So, I forgot the guy's exact name. I believe it's something like Joe something, I might be wrong. He usually features it in the title of his videos. He was, what I've gathered, a competitive player in the past. He might still be, I don't know. Basically, his entire channel is just history videos on Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta decks from all kinds of formats. If you ever want to play a legacy format and he has a video on one of those decks, or if you're just generally interested in one of the older decks in this game, check his channel out. He basically gives exciting, cool history lessons on all kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. Now, I haven't watched too many of his videos, but the ones I've watched were excellent. Definitely unique with his videos. Don't really have many people doing this. Once again, Cross Banlist Cup kind of serves a similar purpose, but not really, you know. So yeah, definitely great content. If anyone needs a link, you mean Yu-Gi-Oh!_history, you should probably find him. If not, you can always, ask me and I'll link it. So yeah, this is my tier list. A lot of you will probably disagree with me. That's the thing what makes this interesting, We can both create the same tier list. We will disagree. A lot of these things are, especially entertainment, is a subjective thing. I mean, shit, some people love my voice, some people cannot even watch a single video of mine because of my voice, All things of life are subjective. Something you just gotta deal with it. No personal offense to any of these guys besides Yugituber, fuck him. I don't hate any of these guys, most of these guys just give feedback. I mean, Age Nice, great lad, once again. Just the content. Man, it's such a shame, because he did like one of those videos where he basically summoned Galactic God, that was amazing. And sometimes his TikToks are great, but if he actually put an effort in his videos, he could easily be up here. But hey, he takes a lazy route, it apparently works for him. Who am I to judge, So yeah, this is my Yugituber tier list. I'll probably post a template down below in the comments. As a pinned comment. Yes, not everyone is in here. I mostly went for active Yugitubers, so that excludes rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Since he uploads like once a year. Don't really consider that active. If there's any other Yugitubers you missed, feel free to comment them down below. I might check them out. I just honestly don't watch that much Yugituber content in general. If you guys liked it, have a beautiful day. Goodbye.